get trust issues with moving it. And since he's the one hosting it on his own LAN, I don't have any power over any of it. I can't do anything with it. So if he wants to move it, it'll get moved. And I have no say. But the nice thing is, being his girlfriend and all, I can make him never forget it for the rest of his life. So, yeah, that's something he also has to consider. That while I'm not streaming, and I am spending time with him, it'll be a constant, so, how's the server going? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right, it doesn't work. There'll be stuff like that going on, because I am just that petty. I'm a little mean. But, I mean, if you take away my entire series, I think I have a right to be mean. It would be the equivalent of installing a virus by taking away my video series so that I have no means of doing videos. I mean, that's not really fair. And only for curiosity's sake. Like, if there was a genuine reason to do it, that would be different. But more of a, just so you can see if you can do it? Yeah, no. That's one day a week I would no longer be able to stream what I wanted to stream. And that makes Polar a unfriendly bear. A very unfriendly bear. Who bites really, really hard. Yeah. I can be kind of mean at times. And very protective of my series and my intellectual rights, I guess would be a way of putting it. I'm out of wood, and I don't know what to do. I'm doing make work stuff because I really don't want to have to go back down and come back up again. But I don't think I have a choice. Whoops. Glad I didn't fall down a hole. Van comes with free candy logo. Yeah, no. Doesn't work for me. I don't really have a sweet tooth. I am, you know, if they came along with the vegetables, that would be different. I love my veggies. I love broccoli and Brussels sprouts and cauliflower, green beans. I'm not a fan of okra because it is snotty on the inside, but I am willing to try it if somebody were to make it a different way. So that's something I'd like to learn. When Takback and I go to Barbados this summer, I am hoping to try out a few new things that I haven't really tried before. Okra being one of them. I would like to try it a few different ways. And I haven't had roasted breadfruit before, so I would like to do that too. So yeah, that's a couple of things I would like to do. I think they'll be interesting, sorry. Englishes. I think they would be new things to try. I have never had okra that I could stand, though. Okay, we're gonna have to grow some trees. Going to need trees, because we still haven't finished the front or the ramp. Both of those need to get done. So that kind of sucks. I'm not going to bone meal them. I'm going to let them grow up on their own because I don't need them yet. And I need them more to replenish the supplies that are in the actual chest right now. So these are being grown because they need to be grown for that, not for me. They aren't needed as building supplies. At least I don't think so. I hope not. What is life is an incredibly loaded question. Oh, well, you can sit there by yourself. Yeah, I should have brought maybe all of it with me. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, this has a lot more to go, and I still have to do all the fencing. I need dirt. And I need you guys out of the corner with me, please. And up we go. Hello, Rex. Welcome back. We are working on the barn. I ran out of wood. To be expected. Is there dark oak? Wood? Planks. Alright, there we go. We have an odd hole in the middle here I need to fill in. There. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 1, 2, 3. 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 2-story type of thing. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to collect all the horses. And to do so, there are 35 of them. So, in the barn, this section here has 10, or has 5, and then another 2 sets of 5, so that's 10, and then underneath has the same thing. So I have a feeling I didn't count right. No, 5, 10, 15, 20, doubled that. It is 40, which is enough for the 35. So in these 2 sections, top and bottom will be the horses. And then this section, which is a single, will have the llamas, yeah, I have 35. So the mules and the donkeys will go in there too. But the cows, the pigs, the llamas, and the mushrooms will all go in this section here. So that's where they're going to go. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Building the upstairs layer now. Getting it done. Which is kind of a pain. And I can't decide on the pattern for the windows. So I did 2 patterns and I alternated them back and forth. Tackback has decided that he wants to move the modded server from its very safe location to a sketchy location. So we're not sure if Modded Mondays will happen ever again. Because, as I said, sketchy. He thinks it's going to be okay. I'm not so sure. So there could be a little conflict in our future. And he is going to need to do some serious reassuring that he is not going to break the series. Because then what am I going to do on Mondays? I could do some Minesweeper. Minesweeper Mondays. Everyone can watch me play Minesweeper until he fixes it. There we go. And it is nighttime, and this is not properly lit, so let's go to bed. Okay, so you're going to copy it to the server, not actually move it to the server. He's got an actual server, like an actual physical server. So when I say move it to the server or copy it to the server, we're talking a separate actual physical computer that is a server. So, so I don't know what he's going to do. If he copies it, that's fine. I don't care that way. Doesn't hurt me or make a difference in any way to me because I can still play on the original. And I can continue on with what I'm doing because that's what I want to do. We might actually do this with the amount of wood we have. And all the stuff I planted should be able... Oops. Ooh, one grew already. Oh! Oh! Enderman! Enderman! Have I eaten? I've eaten. What is he staring at? Oh my gosh. Enderman! Really, Enderman? Come here. Come on. Let's do this up here. Come on. No, up here. Up here. Woohoo! Oh, this sucks. He won't come up here. Why won't he come up here? Come up here. Why won't you come up here? I can't come down there very quickly. I don't take damage. See? That hurt. There you are. Get out of the way, cows. Now where is he? Seriously, if you went upstairs, I will be so mad. Yeah, where did he go? Oh, you're inside. Okay. Move, pigs. And no ender pearl. Really? That was not worth it. Now I gotta go all the way back up again. Dirt, please. There we go. I need ender pearls for when we go up. And, there we go. Up, up, up. I can fill in some of these. Yay! So I need ender pearls for when we go back out looking for the... whatever it's called. The stronghold. Because I need to do that. Now that I've beat the dragon in the modded world, I'm kind of excited to try it in here. Let's try not to fall down the hole. Good. And you don't belong here. You go there. It didn't seem that difficult. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. One of the things I'm really actually looking forward to, it's going to sound weird, but I guess not tonight. It'll have to be tomorrow-ish. I have meetings tomorrow again. Not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, I have a conference thing I have to go to. Part 2 of the one I went to last week. I have it again. So yeah, I have to go to that. But I'm looking forward to binging on some Netflix. I have been watching... well, everybody knows I've been watching Naruto. But I've been taking a break from Naruto. And I have been binging on Dark Matters. And it is actually a really good sci-fi show. I am truly surprised at how much I am actually enjoying it. I started watching it by accident on television. I don't know what I was doing or what else I was watching, but I ended up watching a partial episode, and then I couldn't watch any more of it. And then when Netflix came and said, hey, guess what show we have now? Boom, there it was. And I was like, oh, perfect. I can go back to watching it again. So I just started back at it again, still in the first season. And I have to say, I am really, 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 really enjoying it. He doesn't have to hack into my PC. If he wants in at any time, he just says, I want in your PC, and I say, okay, and he's in. Yeah, there's no hacking involved. We do understand he is my boyfriend, therefore he has full, administrative rights to pretty much everything I do. Just short of having my PIN number for my bank account and everything. Yeah. So, he also is not a malicious person, so he wouldn't do anything to intentionally hurt me or damage anything that I am part of. That's not in his nature. Never has been, never will be, and it's one of the reasons that I do love him, is that I know I'm safe with him. So I'm not quite sure why you're trying to encourage him to do me harm, but I would request that you stop. Anyway, so Dark Matters, it's actually a really interesting show. But you gotta like sci-fi. And I am a super sci-fi geek. So for me, it takes place in space. So I mean, bonus marks right there. There are no aliens. We're not talking like sci-fi in the sense of, yeah, I like that. You used to be a malicious person, then you turn 13. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. You grow out of it, and you kind of grow up. So, yeah, there is no need for it whatsoever. Yeah. Oh, my cousin was asking me because I was like, oh yeah, used to be quite a troll and everything. And she's like, does he know how to go to the dark web? I was like, as far as I know he does, but I can't see why he'd want to go. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I don't know anybody who actually wants to go to the dark web unless they're planning on buying a child or something. Like, there isn't anything there to see. It's not a tourist trap. It's a little scary, actually. You were a little jerk growing up, too? I can't say I was. I was never a troll because, well, the biggest reason was there were no trolls. Trolls, when I was growing up, are the things that you shake their hair and they did all that and everything. So, okay. Well, that's as far as I understand. That's what the dark web is for. It's for, like, if you want to buy a child or a kidney, you can go on the dark web and get one. Download it today. And then you hate your life if you've lost your best friend. Well, I can't say I hate my life, but at the time, my best friend was getting married and informed me that she didn't think I was a very good friend and she picked somebody else to be her maid of honor, and then proceeded never to speak to me again. Meanwhile, I have no idea where that came from whatsoever and was floored and scarred for life. So now I have no best friend outside of Tackback, and yeah, have lovely trust issues with people. Yeah, I was supposed to study for my finals, and she came over unexpectedly and wanted help writing her application for her master's. And so instead of studying for my finals, I helped her write her paper for her master's to apply for it, and subsequently failed my course because I failed the exam. But remember, I am not a very good friend because, I haven't got a clue. No idea why I'm not a good friend, but apparently I'm not. So, giving up an entire chunk of my thing, having to repay for all of my tuition, plus the lab, it was a double lab. So I had to redo the entire double lab again, is me not being a good friend. Her showing up out of nowhere, and I told her I had an exam, and wanted me to help her with something, is definitely why I was not a very good friend. Yep. And so it's like, piss on you. I don't care. Weirdly enough, her husband-to-be used to come and hang out at my house because it was a quiet place to spend time. So I would be out doing something else, and I'd come home and find him in my house, hanging out with my parents and stuff. He enjoyed the atmosphere of my home. So he'd do that. And they'd leave him to study. He wanted a quiet place to study. He could come over anytime he wanted and studied. So it was for him a safe place. I couldn't argue because that was it. So, but I had no choice. She decided that I was not worthy of being friends, despite the fact that I thought she was one of the most important people in my life, and went. I think it might have been easier for me if she had actually died, rather than still existing and still being around everywhere. My parents are tax accountants, and her husband used to get the family taxes done, so he used to come over, and I would see him, And she would like sit in the car and not even come in the house. That's the type of thing she would do. And it's like, wow, you don't even know if I'm home or not, and you're doing this. This is bad. Like, am I bitter about it? Sure as bananas I am. I pride myself on being a good friend. I was painfully shy as a child, so I didn't make a lot of friends, and it was very difficult for me to do so. And then to be told that I'm not a good friend when I worked so very hard at it is deeply insulting. But yeah, I could see how losing one as a child is definitely hard. But it's something you kind of have to learn. I mean, it sounds terrible, but as I was told, I need to get over my issue with her. Like, I need to get over it. Where am I going to have this door? Is it going to come in on this side or the other side? And I didn't put any torches down again, because why would we want to light this up when we can have creepers? And I don't have any more. Goody for me. Yep, I actually dated... Actually, he was my first real boyfriend. He lost his best friend when he was a child. They were goofing off and trying to grab onto the back of trucks that were driving. Yay! Welcome to the stream, Miss Hezzy. I thought you were already following me, though. Or was that Tackback? Might have been Tackback. Anyway, so he and his friends were trying to grab onto the back of trucks when they were moving to be able to ride the back of them. And his friend slipped and was run over. So, yeah, that traumatized him pretty hardcore because it happened right in front of him, and there wasn't really anything he could do. I mean, the two of them were doing something they knew they shouldn't have been doing and did it anyways. I do not need dirt. Bye, dirt. So, I sound really cold about it, but I've had a very long time to process it. I have no axe, but I do not need these. Hey, they went the right spot. Oh, I do have more spruce fence. We can fix the spruce fence in there. So that works. And I don't need... Oh, I just spun around so quickly that I couldn't even see what I was doing. Don't need these. Yeah. For me, though, it's... I don't know. Depends on if you have faith or not as well. For me, I do. So it helps me handle some of it. I admit I am quite a bit bitter about it because I didn't stand up for myself when I should have. And I am still angry at myself for not doing that. And I haven't figured out how to forgive myself for not turning around and saying, you know what? I am doing the best that I can. This is who I am. And if you don't like it, you can, stuff it. Yeah. And that's the thing. I sat there stunned and she left. So that was it. I didn't know she would never talk to me again. I had no idea that's the direction this whole thing would have gone. And so yeah, never getting to say goodbye is rough. I did have a friend of mine that I've known for years and years. She just passed away recently. She died of meningitis, which is something you don't hear about very often. Most people don't die of that. It's usually caught pretty early, but hers killed her. And she left behind a family. And that was sad, but watching her funeral was amazing. She was one of the most joyful and kindest people I know. And everybody at the funeral agreed to that as well. And it was really more of a joyful celebration than anything else. Like, it was almost a party. They really had wonderful stories to tell. There was a lot of laughter. It was very much like a party atmosphere. It was incredible. I was like, wow, these people, like all of her family was like that. She was actually a triplet too. So, and they're identical triplets. So they actually dressed the same way that she did when they had a picture. She donated her organs, which was obvious that she was going to do that. I mean, how could you not? That it was so her. She had a thing that she was part of that did random acts of kindness. And they would go around and wear little signs saying free hugs and stand at the corners and give you free hugs if you needed a hug. And they ran and hugged people. And I'm like, who does that nowadays? That is crazy. Everybody's so afraid of touching each other. And nope. She was just like, if you need a hug, I got it. So to have her gone is just office. Awful, awful, awful. Your brother made us sad music? Yes, actually forgiving yourself is the hardest part. So I'm working on the not hating her so much. I did try to reach out to do forgiveness. And I was really surprised that she wrote me back, saying that, you know, she often thinks of me around my birthday and everything like that, and that we should get together and have a coffee and talk. And I was like, I'm not ready. I can't do it yet. My big step was reaching out and saying, you know, this didn't go down very nicely. This, like, I don't even remember what I wrote, but it was nice enough to say that things didn't go so well. I am really not liking this pathway. Just a thought. You're gonna have to move, pig. So that was my big step. And so I haven't replied back to her. And it's been a couple of years. So, my bad. It is getting more and more popular, the free hug things and stuff like that. Yeah, it is showing up a lot more at the different conventions and stuff as well. They were doing this in the streets of Toronto, which I was like, they do understand this is Toronto, right? We don't really interact with each other. Frankly, we don't even really like each other, I'm pretty sure. And they were like, nope, free hugs. It's like, oh, okay. Go for it. That's pretty awesome. So, yeah, she and her sisters and their families, so the kids and everything would go out and do that, which was incredible, I thought. 32. Oh, that should be the right amount. Hooray for the right amount. Yay! But isn't Gamescom like in Europe? As in like that place way, way, way far away. Well, obviously not that far away. It's actually closer than actually, that wouldn't work too bad for you. You could practice your German there. He could practice his German. And he could visit family. Wait, you do have family, right? Still in Germany? Or are they all in the US? Attack back. You lost all your friends. That's what we have GPS for. Mwahaha. Now, it happens. When I went from elementary school to high school, I actually made that decision myself. I didn't like the people I was friends with in elementary school, which is up to grade 8. And so I made the decision in high school that I would have nothing to do with any of them. And so I was incredibly rude. And he speaks it badly, yes. Um, so when I went into high school, the people I was friends with they hadn't treated me very well. Yeah, he speaks it because his grandmother, very cool looking lady. I never got to meet her, which is very sad. I would have liked to have. I am again without grandparents, which is sad. All of my grandparents are gone, so I was hoping to leech onto his. But apparently, that's not going to be an option. Not from lack of trying, though. Oh, we got more here. Yay! And we can add... No, I'm not going to add it to that tree yet. We'll see how many we get. He didn't answer my question if he's got any that are still there. Like, I don't know if he can answer because, again, he's at work, so... I don't know if he has any there. Oh, I was telling my story. So when I got to high school, I just stopped speaking to all of the people that I knew in elementary school. I am mixed race. My mom is from the Caribbean and my dad is from here, which is Canada. And so I am blended, would be the nice way to put it. I look very much like I have a more olive sort of complexion. So I have more of a, I guess I look kind of Spanish or Italian almost. So as a result, children can be horrible. Children are horrible. Let's just start with that. But they were horrible. I was something unexpected to them, and they didn't know what to do with me, so they treated me, as far as I was concerned, very badly. So I decided when I got to high school, I was going to return the favor by just not being friends with them. And that was it. Aw. You can ask her, text her, ask her a message. Where is it? Uh-oh, sun's going down. Anyways, it was, it gives you a chance to remake yourself. When you, essentially, if you lose your friends for whatever reasons, it's lonely, but it gives you a chance to remake yourself and to be someone else. I have no idea what that actually is, but that's never an option. There are people to call for stuff like that. A stream probably is not the best place to actually discuss it, I'll say, on there. But it can get rough, but it's up to you what you do with your life. Like, really and truly, you are fully in control of it. It doesn't feel like that all the time, but you actually are. I don't know how old you are, but you're beginning to sound younger and younger as time goes on. There are people you can talk to about that. I am not qualified under any circumstances whatsoever to do so. I am not qualified at all for that. And that is something you do need to talk to somebody about. 100%. And know that people do care. Like, we do care about you. Which is why we're saying you need to talk to somebody about it. But the most important thing I found in my life, and my life has been far from a bed of roses, is that it keeps going. You can keep going on. Everything that's happening, it's for that moment. It's not going to always be that way. It is just for then. And as hard as it seems for just then, you're going to be able to look back on it. And that's the most important part, is to actually know that you can look back. You're going to look back and you're going to be like, yeah, that was a hard time. And guess what? I made it through it. I did it. And you can look back with pride on that. Just as I got rid of all of those friends in high school, I had to start high school from scratch and try to make friends with everyone else coming in from all the feeder schools, and they were able to go and be with the friends they had before. I had to start from scratch and find friends and make friends while being painfully shy. Also, that summer, my parents had sent me away to visit my family in Barbados. And my cousin at the time, who I absolutely worshiped the ground that she walked on, she and I got into a fight and we stopped speaking. So at that point, I thought my world was done as well and started high school that way. And I survived. I actually thrived. High school was what I would consider one of the best times I've had in my life. I got to remake who I was. I got to decide what I wanted to do. I got to make my own decisions. I was very empowered. If those people have left you and don't want to be your friends, then that's actually good for you, because obviously they didn't have a healthy relationship with you. You need people around you who will actually support you and care about you. So they've done you a favor. It doesn't feel like it, and it probably won't for a very long time, but you'll be able to look back and say, you know what, this was a good thing. It takes a while, though. As I said, it's one of those things that it takes a while to look back and see it as being a good thing. I probably didn't think everything I did in high school was so great until I hit probably, and now I'm about to age myself, my mid-20s. That is when I could look back and say, you know what, I did a good thing for me. Because the friends that I made, or at least how I learned to make friends in there, helped me with making friends later on in college and then again in university. So again, aging myself, because I've done both college and university. So it gives you a learning opportunity. So your times doesn't matter. Yep. So it is, having people to listen is important. And the resources they have now are nothing like what I had in high school. I wish they'd had half the stuff I had in high school, or half the stuff they have now when I was in high school, or in college, or in university. University. Yeah. Yeah, university for me was an excellent time for stories. I created lots of stories and did things that everybody said they did in college or university. I did all that type of stuff, and yeah, wasn't good. Not particularly proud because, well, my grades reflected it, and I didn't end up with anything good out of it. People are like, join a fraternity, it's awesome! No, really it isn't. Joining a fraternity is a whole new level of peer pressure that you didn't realize existed until you joined it. And being from the province of Ontario and going to school in Alberta, we don't really have a fraternity system here. So you're not prepared for what you're going to see. The only ideas you have are what you have from movies and things. And that is not what the fraternity system is actually like. Well, I mean, some of it was, but very little actually is like that. So being part of a frat was not so good. I mean, there was lots of other things going on at the same time, which didn't help, but... And I was taking Spanish, which also didn't help because it was at night and a lot of the activities I was required to be at for the fraternity was at the same time. So there was a lot of pressure of dropping my night course just so that I would actually go to fraternity events and do things with them. And I was like, so I'm supposed to sacrifice my academics so that we could go on a, you know, I guess a beer tour type of thing. And it's like, I have a course I need to do. I need to study. This is more important. And they're just like, but you're one of the sisters. You're supposed to be going to these events. You're required to go to a certain number of them. And this is one of them that you need to go to. And it's like, but I have a presentation to make in class. And it's like, well, just call in sick or something. And I'm like, that's not going to work. Like, I need to do school at school. So there was a lot of pressure like that, which was hard. Eventually, I just stopped going to stuff, like, altogether. Anytime I saw somebody from the fraternity, I kind of ducked and stuff from it. So, what was the worst part, though, is I was invited to, when you're choosing a fraternity, you go around to the different frat houses and you see them and the sisters and you meet them. They get to know you and then they sit down and rate who they want in the order they want them. You also sit down and rate who you want in the order you want them. Now, my first choice wanted me as well, so that is the one I got. But my second choice was actually a far better, like, it would have been a better choice. It was a better fraternity. Academics was really, really important to them. So they had a lot of tutoring stuff that they did. They did a lot of other stuff, but I thought I wanted to go and have fun. Also, the fraternity I chose had a large number of people from my home province, and I thought that mattered. I thought having people from Ontario together would help with the homesickness of being away from home. And Alberta is a huge distance away from Ontario. It is a completely different lifestyle, completely different people. It is so different than here. And I didn't realize it would be that big of a difference. What I also didn't realize is that the weather is radically different. It is a serious, serious cold. I mean, there's cold, and then there is Alberta cold. It is brutal, painful cold. You step outside with wet hair, and you turn the wrong way, your hair will snap off because it is frozen. I just about destroyed my scarf because it's a knit scarf, and the threads kept breaking because I was breathing through my scarf, and it would get so cold that it would freeze the threads on the scarf, and then when I went to move or breathe through it, it would then again, it would freeze and they would snap. And it was so cold, and it was so dark. Because it was so cold, most of the campus is connected by tunnels, so you don't actually have to go outside, which is awesome. But at the same time, you are not seeing outside. So sunlight, what is that? No idea. The sunrise is like well after you've already arrived at school and are starting your first course. The sunset is long before your last course is done. And then you have night school. So that's even worse because it's the middle of the night, it feels like. It literally feels like midnight. It was so awful. So it was truly brutal to be part of. I didn't think it would be that bad. I was prepared for understanding that sunlight was going to be an issue, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of an issue. I mean, here we have an issue with it because of, oh, I can't reach that. Why can't I reach that? I am sad. I want that one. Now that it's sitting here taunting me, I really want that one. Okay, you can bounce on your beds. So I'm like, can I bounce on the bed and get it? Nope. Oh, that one dropped. Yay! Oh, that went in the wrong spot. 1, 2, 3. I need one more. There it is. Taunting me. Come on. Can I shoot it off? Nope. I was in Edmonton. So if I was in Calgary, I don't think it would be quite as bad because there's a lot of interesting stuff that goes on in Calgary. But Edmonton is where all the oil is and no cowboys. So no country bars, no any of that type of stuff. Did I set it on fire? Does it still exist? I don't see it anymore. That's not good. Did it despawn? I don't want to be under my arrow when it falls. If it falls, it will hit me. I don't know if it'll do damage or set me on fire. I was dating a guy who was doing his master's. So he got recruited by the University of Alberta in Edmonton, and they actually flew him out to do a campus tour. They let him design his actual course that he was going to do. He graduated pretty much top of his class in the program that he was in. And he's brilliant is the nicest way to put it. He still is brilliant. And yeah, there was a consensus in there that we were supposed to marry and all that type of stuff, which was insane because that was never going to happen. But I moved there with him, and torches, that's what I'm looking for. So I was looking for the whole time, and I've been running around here like a chicken with my head cut off. And so I moved out there with him so that he could do his program out there because, again, they recruited him. Very brilliant. So, yes, you only do live once, which is kind of how I live my life. Knowing that this is it. And I have really just 3. These are greedy leaves. They won't give me any more. Yeah. But yeah, I moved out there. I finished my schooling in the Toronto area. He finished his in Kingston, which is outside. It's about 2 hours outside of the Toronto area. And yeah, I put away. I really did. I put away the dirt. How am I supposed to pill her up if I put away the dirt? Wow. But the idea is that it's better to get multiple degrees if you're going to do them from different schools, not from the same school, because then there's a bias built in. Unless you're planning on working for that school, you need to get something from somewhere else, which you'll see people who have their master's or PhD, and they'll be from 2 different schools. That way they've genuinely earned them on their own. Especially if they have a master's and then a PhD or a PhD. We're having some difficulties. Okay. Let's try that again. We can do this. There. All right. So he was looking at another school instead to go to. There. He always wanted to work as a cop. That I can't say I've ever wanted to do. Or an emergency worker, or a nurse, or any of that type of stuff. I have worked in both a daycare and in a nursing facility. And I can't say I liked either of them. They never really stuck with me. The nursing home was the worst because it was just, I can't be around the potential of death. I always wanted to be a pilot. That's something I always wanted to do, but I never wanted to be a commercial pilot. I didn't want to have people's lives in my hand. I'm like, nope, I'm good without that. But a police officer, yeah, that scares me. Like, the idea of it, I don't know what country you're in, but here in Canada, we don't have a lot of guns around. So the idea of having to carry one as part of your job, that makes me more nervous type of thing. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. TACBAC can even tell you, I won't even have air guns in the building with me. An oil rig captain? Wow. That would be awesome. There are a lot of oil rig stuff around Edmonton. An awful lot. Like, awful lot. So there, whoops, that is an axe. You cannot build it with an axe. You may want to, but you cannot. I think that's going to be too many. Let's do it that way, and then if I need more, I can make more. You dated your Bugatti. Okay. This is going to sound like I don't know much about the world, but I have no idea what a Bugatti is. I'm assuming it's a car? I'm not entirely sure. Nope. I have always dated... Sorry to tack back, but I've always dated, like, geeks and nerds. I figured they had the most potential in the world. They were the ones that were going to go somewhere and do something. It is a car. Okay. I love my car. My car is my baby. Anytime she has issues, I have issues. As I said, I'm a very emotional person, so I have a tendency to have meltdowns when my car has problems. I'm like, no, she can't be hurting. I'll drop whatever I have to drop to get her going again. Within reason. The last time I was told there was a problem, they're like, oh, it's going to have to do this, and we have to do that, and I'm just like, geeks and nerds are very different. Well, I've had more than one boyfriend, so I'm allowed to say. Could have been a geek, could have been a nerd, and I cannot see what pattern is. Urgh. You don't own a car. I don't have a choice. I live in a country in which if you don't own a car, you're in trouble because you can't get anywhere. Our transit is pretty bad. They're really, really bad. Like, really bad is really, really bad. Nerds have friends, and there are more in a group. Geeks are pretty much total outcasts. That's not true. I don't agree at all. I totally disagree. I find your definitions to be incorrect. Every nerd or geek that I have dated have been absolute sweethearts, or else I wouldn't have dated them, obviously. And Berliners don't really need cars. Yeah, you guys, I am super jelly. Like, you know how to actually do transit. We don't seem to know how to do transit. Despite the fact that here we are, the new world, we should be doing better. I don't understand how we're doing so much worse. I blame it on the car industry. They see it as a threat. The idea of us actually taking a bus? Oh my gosh, no way. Can't be doing that. How would that help our economy? Well, I don't care. I just need to get to, work. So, and we have so many cars on the road, there's just no room for anything else. Okay, if this is going to be a double-decker, the only way to get onto this double-decker is not going to be... How am I going to get anything up here? The new world. We are the new world. Ask Columbus. He named us. He was silly, but he named us. I wonder if I can just slope it onto here and then... Do I really want them to walk across this roof? 2017 was the worst year ever. Well, good thing it's 2018. 2016, I think, was my worst year. But not ever, just in recent history that I can remember. 2017 was a not so bad year for me. This guy that I met, he's on a computer. Wait, did I meet you in 2016 or 2000 and... Like, we're still new. We're still relatively new. We still have a little bit of our shine left. Not a lot of it, but a little bit of our shine left. Not all of it. Just some of it. We still have the sticker stuck on. That says, you know, that we're okay. We have a best before date that's still not expired. Yeah. I did not mind. I can't say I have a worst year or a bad year because they're all just years. They're all just time. They're all just whatevers. Okay, Rox, this is one of the patterns for the windows, for the horses. So that's because the horses can't fit through one pigskin. And then the other one is a little different. Break this one. Please don't fall down. Good. This is the other one. So I was doing every other with these patterns to see if I liked it or not. And I haven't decided if I like any of it yet. But it is every other. And that's where I've been going with it. There. And it wasn't a total mess. I don't know. I can't say I had such a bad time because I had tech back in it. Like 2017, we got to celebrate our first year together. So that was pretty awesome. And got to go to Dragon Con for the first time. And I think in March we did PAX. Unless that was 2016. I don't know. PAX was not so great, but I'm waiting for him to jump in and correct me somewhere in here. But I got to go to Atlanta and see World of Coke. That is pretty awesome. World of Coke and CNN and all of those things. Exactly. Once you have your wife around, it doesn't... Nothing else really matters so much. I am contented as I am. I know my life is not perfect, and nor will it ever be. And there's not much I can do about it. And I don't know if I care. And I think that is the biggest key to happiness, is just saying, I don't care. There's no point in worrying about it. Now I just punch someone sometimes in the worst spot you can imagine. That doesn't really help, though. It won't make you feel better. Won't make them feel better, and it won't solve any actual issues. Not at all. Laughing together. That solves a lot of things. Being silly with other people. So those types of things. Oops. I missed that one. So see, it is awesome with work, income, and stuff like that. There are goods and bads in everything. It just depends on what you actually focus on. I try my best to focus on as much good stuff as I can. I am really bad at it, so it is something I have to work really, really hard on to do. Talk back and say I am quick to lose it. I am quick to give up. I am quick to say it's never going to work. It's an absolute failure, and my world is coming to an end. I am very much Chicken Little, and the sky is always following around me. And so the best I try to do is to believe that maybe the sky isn't always falling around me. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it genuinely is falling on my head. and there's not a lot I can do about it. But then there are times in which it genuinely isn't falling on my head, and it's me that's creating that issue. And that's something to also focus on, to figure out how not to be that person. But yeah, being the best that you can be is all you can really do. Oh, this is going to suck. Really? Okay. This one. Nope, this one goes here. And then this one comes out. My brain is trying to do patterns and it's not going so well. This one. Come back here, goes there. This one comes out. So yeah, it's up to you to focus on what you can focus on. Not quite what it was supposed to look like, but it works. Now to see if I can do it again on the other side. And this actually needs to be dirt, which I don't know if I have any on me. I do! Hurrah! So yeah, I am there. I have dirt. What used to be in there? I don't remember what used to be in there, but obviously nothing important. All right, so let's see through here what we did. We did this one first. This one with this one, that one, that one, and that one. And then we copied on the other things. Where is it? Something, yeah. Something, something, except the things. Oh, that's the Serenity Prayer. Yes. Yeah, it's the other way around, though. To have the courage to change the things I can and to accept the things I can't. So yeah, it's just, if you can't change anything about it, then there's no point in particularly worrying about it because, again, you can't change anything about it. There. And what am I doing? There. I, on the other hand, really, really am bad at that. No, my Spanish, I didn't finish my Spanish course. I ended up leaving, oh, I never finished my story about that, did I? I ended up leaving university. I ended up leaving him. I know, I keep remembering to do that, and then it's like, I have to go to bed. It's on my list, I will tell you that right now. It is on my list of things to do, because I am terrible at remembering the things I need to do. But it is there, because I am, again, terrible at those things. What is it? Soy and gel? Yeah, it's not complex Spanish. But, again, I didn't finish. I wanted to. Oh my gosh, I can run through that. That is not good. That is really not good. If I can go through there, a horse could probably go through there. That is really not good. Okay, so the center one, way back here. There's a center one. Has legs. So something is not right here. Something... I am not a horse. I may look Spanish, but I can't Spanish. Okay, that is right, and that is right. That is right. That is right, that is right. These must be 2 different lengths then. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. This is the center. Let's go back and check. You're gonna go watch a movie. Movies are awesome! I am a big fan of movies. I watch a lot of them. Aha! Aha, aha! We have understanding. We have figured out where we went wrong, which is right there. All right, what am I backing into? I am backing into this. I need to sleep. I am not a horse. Although I can fit through there, so there's a possibility a horse could fit through there, which means that I'm going to have to change every single one of them to the other kind, and they're going to fall out here. Okay, I can do that. And I can do that. But I really like this thing in the middle. This looks really cool, but they'll fall through here. So it has to go. I am saddened. I am saddened. That just looks silly. I don't think I have a choice. I don't have a proper number. Bye-bye! I will see you next stream, I hope. It will be Monday. It will be modded. Because I do modded on Mondays, hence it's Modded Mondays. And you'll get to see the most awesome world we have ever built. If he hasn't destroyed it by putting it on the server. Maybe it's better to do it as a whole one. You know, I'm going to do it as a whole one because it looks silly with the hole in the middle. That'll work. There we go. Oh, this is going to be terrible. I could take this all apart. Really? I want to get a good chunk of this done before I have to go. It's about 10 minutes until I have dinner time, so... And I'm supposed to make dinner. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I really and truly hope that there are a lot of leftovers. Because yeah, I did not make dinner. Yeah, I'm supposed to end at 4:30 so I can make dinner. This is my bad. All right. I'm not going to finish this then, because it's not fair that they make dinner for me and I don't make dinner. Yeah, he's not going to do it for a Bugatti. He has a really nice car. He's got a Hyundai. And I have a nice car because I have a... what do I have again? Oh my gosh, I don't remember. I have a Nissan. I love my car. And it loves me. Yeah. I'm even going to bring it to Atlanta when I move there. It's coming with me because I love my car enough. There. I think that'll work. Alrighty. So everyone, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kill the stream here. Bad choice of words, but still. What am I typing? Links. There we go. So there are my links. There's my YouTube, where I will be sometime later this weekend be moving all of my videos from this week. And, oh dear, I just thought of this now. That, Liz, you just now decided to show up? Good lordy, I'm way past my normal time. I just thought of this, that I may not even have that other video because I was supposed to... I'll have to do it tonight. Video manager. Please let it be here. What is this? They've changed how the video manager is set up. Oh, this is confusing. Oh, this is really confusing. Past broadcast. Yeah. I'm not sure how they have this set up. This is... Yeah, they've changed how the video producer thing is done, so that's going to be interesting. You're editing a video that you corrupted the audio file for. That's never good. Oh, and... there should be the other ones. So yeah, that is my Twitter as well, so you can find out what I'm up to. I tweet from Twitch, or I tweet straight from Twitter to let you know what's going on. Discord, that's where you can come and chat with me, or type stuff in, or put links in if you need to put links, because there's no links in here, except for I can put them in. Tack back in too, because he's a mod. There is my Facebook, so you can go and see pictures. You can see what I look like. You can see what Tackback looks like. You can see what our cat and hamster looks like. Yeah, you can tweet from Twitch. You can do it directly. When you go into your dashboard, you can actually put in messages that come out on yours, and you can link it to Twitter. So everything I type in the screen below, like if you look down below where it has 7 hours ago, I wrote down Minecraft's SSP, building up the village, and then my link, that actually went straight to Twitter. So it's linked there. It's pretty awesome. Yes, I will add you on Facebook. I have to do that. I gotta remember. I gotta make dinner first. Oh my gosh, I am so behind. I got 5 minutes to make dinner. This is crazy. Yes, he can do it, and then he can remind me and make sure I do it. Instagram is where you can see pictures of my hamster right now, and I'm going to be adding Comet the Cat. Steam is where I have the different games and things like that, and that's it for me right now. I gotta go, oh my gosh, make dinner. I have a distinct feeling we're going to be having like whatever's frozen that I can like reheat in the microwave really quick, or a whole boatload of leftovers. Oh, and you're done your day too. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. All right, drive safe, hun. Love you. And everyone else, love you too. Thank you for coming out, and I will see you on Monday for Modded Monday. All right, let me figure out where my OBS went. I like move screens around. There we go. All right, see you later. Bye.